Hello, this is Julie. Welcome into the Thrifty Paper Garden. Well, today is Tuesday, and that is my normal thrifting day, but I decided to go pick apples instead. And I didn't have to go very far, just to my backyard. I wish I could send all of you that love apples some of these apples. We have been blessed with an overabundance of apples this year, and they're sweet and crunchy and bake up well and are wonderful for eating, and they last quite a long time. And the reason I decided I should pick apples today, it was a very pleasant fall day, but it is the calm before the storm. We are expecting 5 to 7 inches, probably to start at any moment. So I thought I'd better bring in the apples that I could. Once we get a hard frost, I'm not sure how much longer they last on the tree. And I was just using a little footstool. I didn't want to get out the ladder. I didn't want to risk falling. But as I was going up and down the footstool to put the apples in a bucket, I came up with a solution. And at the end of the video, I will show you a picture of my solution to my apple picking chore. So I just wanted to show you some of the things that I have gotten the last few weeks in lieu of my thrifty shopping that I usually do on Tuesdays. So on Sunday after church, I stopped by Target. Now usually I don't do any shopping on Sunday, but I needed to pick something up at Target, and of course once I'm there I just kind of look around. They had a lot of their fall things on clearance and some of their food, candy. I enjoy jelly beans and candy corn, and I don't know why. I try not to eat much of them because they are full of sugar, but I picked up some clearance candy corn, and I went by the dollar spot, and they had all their black circled items for 30 cents. And I found these neat printed duct tape. There's 10 feet on each of these, but I like to wrap my presents in, it's like butcher block paper, and then decorate either with die cuts or flowers that I've made, or I use this printed tape. And just something a little bit different to decorate gifts and the care packages that I send my daughters. And then they had these self-stick gems. There are several rows of these black gems, yet if you catch it, I don't know if you can see it, in certain lights, in certain light reflection, you can see a little red in it. But I thought that would be really fun to use in some of my projects, and it was 70% off all the prices. And then I found these placemats, and it's just thin paper, but I was thinking of making bags out of them. You could put cookies or any kind of treats, or make envelopes, or just some inexpensive lightweight paper that I could use. And then they also had a few new items in their dollar spot, and this is glitter tape and a silver glitter. Let's see, it's 5 yards. So for $1, 5 yards of this glitter tape. And I tried to peel off the end to see how sticky it was, and it was not real easy to do, so I'm assuming that it has fairly good adhesive. And then I went over to the scrapbooking area, and they had their Halloween fall scrapbook stuff just like 30% off. So I passed on that, but I found these cards, and I guess they're baby announcements. And I like to make my children's books, and they had 10 of these, and it's nice heavy cardstock. Thought I could make, children's book out of this. And then they have the policy envelopes. So that would be very handy to use, or else I could hold on to them, and someday I'm going to be a grandma, so I could use them as announcements. And then they also had the girl version, sugar and spice, and the policy envelopes. Real cute. I'm anxious to use those. Then they also had in the kind of the kids crafting section these quick letter pads, and there's 10 of each letter, and they're repositional, so this would be good for kids. This is great for posters if they're doing a school project, and that was about 75% off. And then I stopped by Tuesday morning. I have not gotten to the store since they brought out their new items, and I'm not sure if I'm going to go this time. But I did find this, and I know this has been out for a while, but I had never seen it. And of course, my love for the Wizard of Oz, and it being the 75th anniversary coming up. So I wanted to get that paper, and then I saw a really neat stamp. I like the old Victorian corset type look. I have done some sewing, and I think once I have grandbabies again, I'd like to do more sewing. I like to make doll clothes, and so I thought this would be fun to use. And I did go to Michael's and partake of their 50% off clearance items. And I won't show you all those because many of those things are what other people have been showing. If you'd like to see the items, you let me know and I certainly can show them. But the things that I wanted to show, and I've seen these before, but I didn't really look at them. But they are 65-pound paper. I was assuming it was the lighter weight paper. So these are quite substantial cardstock, and just some really pretty patterns that I was able to get on clearance. And then in their fall section, they had these neat picks, and with altering containers for fall projects and gifts. I thought this would be nice to have. And this one you could even use for Christmas, and I was wondering if maybe I could take a red Sharpie and color up those white ones to make it red and green. And then I did some thrifting as well, and I came across more of the velveteen ribbon. This is a big roll, and I like to make the rolled roses with those. And with Christmas coming up, I like to decorate gift bags. I just usually use craft or white gift bags, and then just put a bunch of flowers on the package, and they always make such a big impression, and people cannot believe that I made all those flowers. So goodbye. And then I found a bunch of these craft envelopes, and I've been wanting to try those envelope minis. So I've been stocking up on interesting envelopes. And I can never pass up cards. And I found this card that's embossed. Nice cards, but I really liked the envelopes. Just really fancy. Whether I use them as envelopes to put cards in or some other project. Just really, really pretty. Then here's 12 photo greeting cards, and you would use them to put your kids' grade school pictures in, and then do journaling or a picture, a sentiment. But I was thinking I could make it into an album, cover this page, and there's already a pocket there for tags. And of course this could just go by itself because either way it looks like it's upright. So I was happy to find those. And then also they had these American Craft policy cardstock envelopes, and they're considered vanilla. It's almost, I would call, more of a real light yellow. And then I found these. They're 4x8 photo card easels. Now I have the Sizzix die that cuts easels, but these are adhesive. So when you get Christmas cards or birthday announcements that are that shape, they will stick to the back and you can display them. And then I found an old bingo game, like probably from my era, with the heavy cardstock bingo cards. And I was a little disappointed that they didn't have the wooden markers, but they had some plastic ones. So I thought I could maybe put some alcohol ink or something on there and maybe make them look metal. I found a bunch of these cards. I had shown the what do you call them? The whiteboard type. You write on and it erases off. That's what this kind of board it is. And I was going to make books out of those boards. So I thought these would be neat tags to add to books where they're kind of interactive, where a child can play the different games on the cards that are in their books. I found some stamps. They're cute stamps, but the reason I got this bag is maybe a cupcake will help. So I often like to send cards to encourage somebody, and if you can make them smile, I think that really helps with the trying time that they're going through. And also I had gone to the store called Gordman's, and I'm not sure how many states have them. They're kind of like a TJ Maxx on a lower end scale, but they were having an additional 33% off clearance. And I always check out their jewelry. Now these are earrings, but how wonderful all those blingy little teardrop pieces would be. And I found some jelly beans and some other things real inexpensive. Then I found a few of these, and I think it's supposed to be like a napkin holder, but I thought I could make greeting cards that have coffee themed or tea themed type cards, and then put them in here as a holder and then wrap it up and have it be a set of greeting cards with the metal coffee cup being the holder. And I'm hoping maybe those would sell well at the store where I sell my crafting goodies. And then my favorite pieces from the thrift store was this little piece, and I might cut off and use these flowers. I like the flowers more as a decorative piece, or in my, to embellish a project, than I would to use this as a doily on a table. And then I could use the centerpiece for something else. And then a bag of laces, beautiful laces. And a bunch of this, just real pretty. And a bunch of this. And this. And I think, oh yeah, and then some. It also had some ruffle trim. And then the piece de resistance, the ugly sweater. But look at all the bling on there. There is a piece of bling this big that is really quite blingy. And then all the pearls. And then here's another one. So real fun. I'll enjoy taking these pieces off to reuse it. There was a time when we wore these kind of sweaters, but I will enjoy it for the pieces that I can take off of it. So, since the video has started, it has started to snow here. So if you think about it, pray for the Midwest, and hopefully we can get shoveled out. But I want to thank you for stopping by. We'll talk to you later. Bye.